The Supreme Court recently passed judgment on an issue that has implications for Ghana's tax administration. What is the case and what's the implication on businesses and individuals? My colleague Elikem has read the judgment and will be helping us understand what the case was all about. Elikem, great. Can you explain to us what's the case? What was the case that was taken to court?
So the cases, there were three separate cases that were filed with the Supreme Court in regards to the fact that the law that says a Ghanaian or a taxpayer must pay 30% of their tax assessment before they can file a dispute with the GRA is unconstitutional, essentially restricting a person's right to freely access the courts.
Oh, okay. And what was the judgment of the court?
The court confirmed or affirmed that indeed the law is not unconstitutional. It is in line with the Constitution. It doesn't necessarily restrict a person's access to the courts. All the court is saying that you just pay the 30% or 25% if you're filing with the High Court before you can file your dispute or objection. And the court's reason for this is just so they can deter taxpayers from filing like frivolous claims, such as if it's a low tax assessment claim of like 1,000 cedis, you don't want to go through that whole dispute process because the court feels like the justice delivery system in Ghana is slow. So this is just to make sure, like, even if you do file a dispute or an objection, the state is still able to like collect revenue or collect your taxes.
So if I get you right, what you are saying is that if the GRA comes to my entity, my business, and takes an assessment of my revenue, profits, and whatever I've used over a period, and tells me that I have this percentage of tax to pay, and I think that it is unfair or the amount is too much, I can challenge it.
You can challenge as long as you pay 30% of it before you.
Oh, okay. So before I challenge it, I have to pay 30%.
Yes, of it. Yes.
What will be the implication of this on businesses?
So, I mean, for one thing, if it is a high number, as you said, then businesses will probably struggle to even pay that high number in the first place. So then it also gives an extra burden on a business or a person to now come up with 30%, which even though 30% might be low, it can't always be low. Like 30% of a million cedis is probably like what, 100,000 cedis or something. Yeah, it's a lot of money, yes, essentially.
Okay, now that the judgment has been passed, is this new?
So no, it's actually not a new law. It's actually been in force since 2016, because that's when the Revenue Administration Act was passed in like 2016. So it's a new law. It's just that people are saying that it's restricting a person's access to the courts, and the Supreme Court is like, it doesn't really. You can still access the courts.
Oh, I think I get it better now. So basically what you are saying is that after GRA has done an assessment of my business and told me, say, I have 10,000 cedis to pay, if I feel that is an unfair amount or that is a wrong tax assessment, I have to pay 30% of that, which is about 3,000 cedis, before I then go and challenge the case in court.
Or challenge it with the GRA.
Challenge it with the GRA. Okay. So what happens in a case where I win?
If you win, so there's a possible options. So they could either refund you the 30% that you paid, or the 30% would go towards the amounts that you actually owe to GRA.
Okay. So that means that my liability my tax liability as a business entity, it's not zero. I still have to pay my taxes, but it may not just be the initial 10,000 cedis that the GRA had assessed.
Yes.
Great. Thank you. That pretty much makes it easier to understand. Thank you very much. And thank you for watching.